Hello, I'm Eric Schaefer for Odyssey Networks. The overwhelming majority of the American people believe in prayer. And recently at the 60th anniversary conference of the group Fellowship in Prayer, an Odyssey member, we talked with presenters and participants about prayer as an answer for the 21st century.
Fellowship in Prayer is celebrating its 60th anniversary this year. It was founded in 1949 in response to the dropping of the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We get people together from different faith traditions, from different wisdom traditions, to pray together, because that is at the heart of what people do in all religions. And I think that so many of the divisions that are happening in our world are the result of the values and faith that drives people. And so if we can tap into that very, very important and powerful resource in people's lives and understand that while the way in which we practice is different, or the doctrines or dogmas that we have are different, when it comes down to it, the longings in our hearts are the same, and the things that we pray for are ultimately the same. And so if we actually come together and begin to talk about what it is that we're praying for, and then how we're praying and sharing that with one another, it can become an answer to many of the crises that we're experiencing today.
For me, prayer is an answer to the 21st century. Prayer teaches us to be humble. One of the problems of the 21st century is that we have arrogance everywhere we go. And the result of that arrogance we've seen in the economic collapse, we've seen it in the perpetual warfare that nation states are constantly taking part in. And so we need something that grounds us.
In my opinion, prayer is an answer for any century. And I think maybe why they've titled this conference for the 21st century is because this world is so full of science and technology to make things better, to improve things, that maybe the softer science of prayer has been lost in the background of our consciousness. And so by titling the conference that, it brings it forward. And I think prayer and science and technology can work together to create a better world.
I think prayer actually has the potential of molding and shaping hearts. I don't think you can sit in quiet meditation and try to be attentive to the power of love, the source of the universe, that which sustains us, and not realize that we're all in this together and that we have to be. So war, conflict, pits us against each other. And it seems to me the exact antithesis of that is when we come together in loving union with the recognition that we come from the same place, we go back to the same place, and we're only going to get there if we participate together, if we live in unity with one another. And I think so those moments of prayer actually make us see the deeper reality of who we are, and hopefully therefore make us live from it.
There's a saying in Judaism that prayer doesn't change things, it changes people. I'm not sure I agree with that, because I think prayer maybe can change things also. For me, it's a way to be very, very active in a world in which I feel like there's very little I can do about what's happening on a physical, practical level. And also, it's a way to see past my own limited view of the world. Prayer implies that I think there's something larger than myself that's operating in the universe.
Prayer works best, I think, when it's aimed toward positive ends. And in that case, the people that one really hopes are doing the praying are those who are praying for peace and for praying for dialogue and praying for understanding and the discovery of ethical common ground.
I think prayer plays a tremendous role in everybody's day-to-day life. Even for someone to remain sane and to carry out his or her duties, whatever it be, whether you are a student, you are a professional, or anything at all. And much more so in today's modern world, where there is so much of conflict all over, and particularly in the name of religion, I think all the more prayer will have a tremendous role to play.
As you can see, prayer is an answer for the 21st century. Not only for the participants in the 60th anniversary conference for the Fellowship in Prayer group, but also for most Americans. We pray, we hope, we trust God. And that's pretty good. This is Eric Schaefer for Odyssey Networks.